What's up, guys? I'm Stephen Chris. And you know, sex is a pretty weird subject because, you know, it's kind of everywhere and nowhere at the exact same time. I mean, it's the most important part of nature, but people, we don't really talk about it with each other. We just kind of end up naked together and hope for the best. But what really gets me is the lies that people will come up with to, like, protect children from it, even when it's being shoved in their face. No pun intended. But, for instance, you know, when I was in kindergarten, I was going on a field trip, and you know, we're riding on the bus, you know, whatever, and we passed this cow pasture. And right next to the road were two cows just going to town on each other. And all the kids on the bus, we started like demanding answers. We were just like, teacher, what's going on out there? What are those cows doing to each other? And she just froze. Because in her mind, she was thinking, what could I possibly say right now that is not just going to ruin these children? And bless her heart, because what she did say, she said, now, children, that is how milk is made. In my little brain, I was just like, that's how milk is made? I don't want any milk. And then this kid in the back of the bus raised his hand and goes, teacher, how do they make chocolate milk? And the bus driver just whipped around. He was like, yeah, teach, tell us. How do they make chocolate milk? Now, you could have heard a pin drop on this bus, but you didn't. Instead, all we heard was the bus driver go, sodomy! Now, you know, I don't think it really is a teacher's place to have to educate kids on sex. I mean, that's more of a parent's job. But even they don't really do it, and especially my parents. I mean, they were given the perfect opportunity to fill me in on the birds and the bees, and they totally balked on it. When I was like 10 years old, I was at the zoo with them, and you know, we're walking around looking at the animals, and we came around this corner, and the first thing that you saw was this massive desert tortoise just dominating the other turtle in the cage with it. I mean, he was on his back legs, he had his hands on his shoulder with his head back going, Mwah! And I remember it so vividly because it was also the first time I had ever heard my dad cuss. Like, we came around the corner and he just went, oh my shit! I was like, Dad, what? Like, what's going on? What are those turtles doing? And he was like, they're wrestling. Yeah, those turtles are wrestling. Just go watch the turtles wrestle, Steven. And then he looked at my mom like, I hope he's stupid enough to believe that. And I was. You know, and I really shouldn't have been, because everybody else around the cage at that moment looked extremely uncomfortable. And then the zookeeper walked up and was like, whoa, that is one fertile turtle. You know, and then I'm just running around like, hey, why does everybody look so uncomfortable? The turtles are wrestling, making me look like the idiot. You know what they should have done is they should have just sat me down very calmly and explained to me, Steven, when a boy and a girl love each other very much, turtles fuck! Alright, that's all I got for you guys. I'm Stephen Chris. Thank you.